Morning, guys. It is Friday, December 19th. It is 8 o'clock in the morning. It is 35 degrees out. I'm only going to spend an hour here today. I've got 5 buckets with me. I've got a smaller cart. We're going to, whoa, almost lost it. We're going to see how well this little smaller cart holds up today. I have to leave by 9 o'clock in the morning. I've got to be up to Mount Ida by 10. And I'm going to be digging some crystals with my friend Justin and Mark. So this will be a shorter video, but basically I'm going to try to run 5 buckets if I can. I may only do like 3. That water's going to feel cold, but that's okay. And what I'll do is I'm going to saruca everything up at home. I'm just going to wash a couple buckets real quick. They weren't able to dig till 10 o'clock, so I thought I'd come down here and kill a little bit of time. So this video is going to be kind of down and dirty a little bit. Like I said, I'm going to do all of my saruca. I can't even say that word. I'm going to flip all my material back at the house. So I'm just going to wash my gravel and call it good, and just take all of it home, because I won't even have just if I wash 5 buckets of gravel, I doubt I'll probably maybe have 1 to 2 gallons of just washed gravel, maybe a little bit more. I don't know, but it won't be centers. It'll take me all day to fill up a 5-gallon bucket of centers, and I don't have time for that. Like I said, I'm meeting my friend Justin and Mark at 10 in Mount Ida, because well, I'm an early bird. And so I've been up since 2:30 this morning, and I was originally just going to get up at 6 and drive down, but my cat starts howling outside my door at 2:30. And it's like meow, 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 all that stuff. And then he starts doing the pawing thing at my door. He really wanted to go outside. So I laid in bed after I let him out and couldn't fall back asleep. And I'm like, you know, I bet I could probably get down here and spend an hour at the crater, then drive an hour north and hit Mount Ida and still meet him there at 10. So here I am. Been up for 6 hours already, just about. Okay, so unwashed dirt cannot be removed, no dirt, but washed gravel, sifted gravel only. Field looks like it's a little bit muddy today. We'll see how these little wheels hold up. They have a wash station right here with several different hoses and stuff. All right, so my plan for the day, since it's already probably about 8:10 maybe, give or take, my plan for the day is to just find one of the, I'm going to find one of the drains and just work around the drain and try to do about, and get my 5 buckets filled up. If I'm able to wash all 5 buckets in an hour, great. If not, I'll just dump the dirt out, and then we'll take a look at my centers, not centers. I'm the center. I know it sounds kind of crazy, like why come here to only spend an hour? Why wash just a couple of buckets? Well, let's just say I'm a fan of the movie Dumb and Dumber. The guy Lloyd Christmas, played by the great Jim Carrey. One thing from that movie that I love is his optimism. I was thinking about that just a few minutes ago. It's like, man, my chances of finding a diamond are probably going to be like 1 in a million. Then I thought, man, so you're saying there's a chance?
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah!
Yeah, there's always a chance. You never know. So let's get in there and let's have some fun. Well, the field is pretty wet. The paths are pretty wet. And the little wheels are doing okay so far. We'll see. It's the riding over gravel is the hard part. Due to time, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get the drone up at all, because it takes a while to get it all set up and get it connected to satellites and get it up in the air and then back down safely and all that fun stuff. We'll see. I may come back here over the Christmas break and spend a little bit more time, do a little bit more in depth. But I have several videos on my channel for the whole process, digging the buckets, washing the gravel, just everything. So feel free to check those videos out if you can. I've got a lot of tips and tricks in there and how I do all my washing and looking for diamonds and stuff. All right, so what I'm going to do right off the bat, there's a lot of gravel right here in front of this drain. So I'm just going to dig along this drain right here, and there's a lot more silt over here on this side, and but the gravel seems to be more centered right through there. So I'll just dig this stuff out, put it in my buckets real quick, and we'll take it over here to the south wash station and get it washed up, and then we'll head out. So I brought 6 buckets. Let's go ahead and get those up there and do as many as we can. Since this little cart is my wife's, I took a plastic shower curtain. It's an old shower curtain, and then I kind of lined it on the inside there to help protect the fabric. My wife will kill me if she knew I took her little cart with me today. Remember when we were kids, or me yesterday, where everything just looks so good and you get too much on your plate and then your mom says your eyes are bigger than your stomach? That's kind of with me. I've got about a half an hour to wash these 6 buckets. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. We might just do 3. We'll see. I can fit one 5-gallon bucket in my 24-inch long top screen. So let's get at it and see what we can do. So right off the bat, always wear gloves, especially when you're getting stuff from a drain area. That's where a lot of stuff congregates, including glass, broken glass and nails and all kinds of things like that. One tip I like to do, set your bucket on top of this metal railing here. That way it carries the weight and then you just guide it. So you just put that on there. And then you still got some dirt in there. We're not allowed to take any of that. So you dip it into the water, wash that around, helps get all of the dirt out of the bucket, and boom, you got a clean bucket. Okay, I get a lot of this scrap stuff off first, leaves and pine needles and stuff like that. You kind of knead the dough. You could pretend you're a kitty cat and just sit there and work the biscuits, you know. Go through, get the larger chunks of stuff that you don't want and toss it over to the side. Make sure nobody's in the way. Pick it up, you pulse it up and down. That settles the heavy stuff down to the bottom. And then when you shake it side to side, that works the heavy stuff towards the middle. So everything goes down and works to the middle. See a lot of trash, like there's a pot lid. Okay, you look it over real quick, see if there's anything in there you like, anything shiny. Remember, diamonds are very dense, so they're very heavy for their size, and they will sink to the bottom. And I've got a 1/4-inch mesh on here, so anything that's big enough to fit in a 1/4-inch mesh, probably going to be at least 2 carats. Now I've got my bottom screen. This is all the fine stuff that's smaller than a 1/4 inch. Again, you pulse it up and down. That settles all the heavy stuff down. Then you shake it side to side to work the heavy stuff towards the middle. I'm going to, sometimes when there's clay in there, kind of have to work it a little bit, break it up with your hands. And it's still in the 30s outside, so this water is just above freezing temperature. I'm trying to hold it up above the water so you guys can see the process. But that doesn't really get the job done. It needs to be down in the water so that the lighter silt can pass through the screen or wash off of the top of the screen. See, now we've got just much more gravel. Hold it up at an angle, let the water dry out, or let the water drip out. So I empty my my screen. Now I'm ready to wash one more bucket. Well, let's go home and let's center this gravel up and see what we can find. Hopefully we got something shiny. All right, so I have a 20 mesh saruca. This is this is a Muddy Miner saruca. So thank you to Solomon for inventing such a wonderful product. So I usually put about 3 shovelfuls on here. Let's do 4. Here we go. So I get a little mound up there, and we're going to take it and we're going to wash it out. Here we go. Put it there temporarily. All right, so what I did is I just have this little 20 gallon tub. I should have filled it up higher with water, because right now the edges are rubbing against the tub. But the water, once it gets it in there, oh, this is not going to work. Let's get more water in there. All right, let's see if this will work now. A little bit. So I spin it, you shake it side to side, and that you pulse it up and down. Here, let me hide that up there. You pulse it up and down, which is, it bounces it up and down, and that makes sure all the heavy stuff settles down to the bottom. And then after you pulse it, you shake it side to side, and then all the heavy stuff that's on the bottom, it comes in towards the middle. And so we don't want it to be just aligned this way, so we rotate it, and we spin it again. That way we keep walking it towards the center and pulsing it, making sure it all settles down to the bottom. I like to hold it at an angle, let all the water drain off, and next we're going to flip it. So I've got a rubber mat set up right here, and you want this thing to be filled up pretty much close to the top. Any kind of air, like, see, I've got this up to the rim over here, but there's a little bit of space between the top of the rim to the top of the material right here. That means when it hits, it's going to bounce, which means it's going to come off a little bit. So I might not have a perfect center, a perfect bullseye, but let's see. There we go. Looks pretty good. All right, I don't see any diamonds right off the start. One thing to help is to get it in shade. So if you see a shine, even in the shade, that's a pretty good indicator. But of course it's all wet, so it all looks shiny right now. Some good indicators are that green that's right there in the middle. Then you've got all the black spinel, all the quartz. These are some good heavy indicators. Everything looks to be quartz to me so far. Garnets are good indicators as well, that you're getting into some good heavy material. So how I collect my heavies basically you have your white bullseye, then you have your brownish ring around that, then you have all your darker lamperite on the outside. And so I typically just go right around where all the brown is, like that right there. And I'll get something that's flat because it kind of cuts into it like that. Pick it up real easy, and then I'll just put it in my bucket. And I'll just go around, get all of my stuff from the center, and we can recenter that up a little bit later. But after that, I'll smooth it out so it's nice and flat. And then when I flip my next center, I have a nice soft pad there, almost like a cake that I'm going to make of all of my material. So let's try to get this lined up. Flip, and there's the center. All right, so let's go in here and look at our centers. Like I said, if we stand in the shade and we still see something shiny, that is a good indicator. So, of course, when it's wet, everything looks shiny. Do you guys see anything? I'm not seeing anything so far. Everything I see so far is just quartz and yeah, just quartz, small jaspers, black spinel. We've got all the darker lamperite on the outside. We've got the brownish, all the jaspers and stuff, and then we've got our quartz here in the middle. So let's draw our line around where we want to take our center, and we're basically just going to take that center part right there. All right, so I'm going to get in there, I'm going to cut underneath it, dump it into my bucket, cut underneath it, dump it in, get stuff on the outside because you never know. And then once we get all of our centers in a bucket, we will take that material and reflip it. All right, so this time we're going to start with a clean pad here. We're going to take it and we're going to flip it. Always flip it towards you, not away from you. And there we go. I just see a bunch of quartz. So this is what 5 buckets of material from that drain looks like. And what I'm going to do is take this rim right here around all the brown, and I'm going to take all that material out of the middle, and we're just going to have to go through piece by piece and see if we have a diamond in there. I'm going to guess probably not. I'm not seeing any diamonds yet, but just because you don't see it on the flip doesn't mean there aren't any in there. So we will take this out and go piece by piece and look through it all and see if we can't find anything. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. God bless.